Boom. All right, guys. Happy Tuesday. It's 9 o'clock my time, wherever you're at in the world. Let me know your time in the chat box. And if you are brand new to our call, if this is your first time on here, please let us know as well. We're so happy that you are part of this team, part of this team call. It is going to be a great session tonight. I'm going to kick things off and let you know, if you didn't know, but we are launching in the middle of a launch of a phenomenal program called MM100. I'm going to let Bianca kick off with announcements for the month. And then we have our guest speaker, Miss Megan. I did share her transformation in our team page earlier. She is one of the test participants who just went through MM100. I'll let her share a little bit more when we get her started, but I believe, I'm not sure how many participants are actually part of that group. So it was a huge honor. Maybe she can share some insight of what she was doing, how she got picked, the program. And this is really going to be for you guys too, to ask her questions and get some inside scoop of what it was like to work that close with the trainer, Jericho. Also, what it was like to work with a community that was fired up and excited about their goals and wanting to succeed and choosing to succeed and deciding. And I'm really excited for her to share. Real quick, Megan is on the DC Council with me. I've seen her, I feel like I watched her grow up, sort of sense. When we were going through 80-Day Obsession, she reached out to me so much and was like, how are you doing this? How is this working for you? And I knew she was discouraged a little bit through that program, but she just kept trying, and I just watched her, and seeing her on the other end of the screen right now, I don't even recognize her. She's a completely different person. I'm so proud of her, and I'm just so honored that she's here speaking with us on this call. So Bianca, kick off with announcements, and then we will let Megan take it away.
All right, real quick, guys, I don't have a whole lot. So welcome to everyone tonight on the call. Welcome to brand new coaches that just get a link right before the call and still hop on. I love you. So I posted on our team page. I will share this with Kristen. I know Kristen was at work today. So I did it. I know it was a little bit late, but we do have a July calendar up. And basically, this month is going to be all about Morning Meltdown, right? So 100. So everybody should be on the ball with that. So unless you are under a rock, you know that we have an info group that's running. So all my prospects, everybody, remember we talked about the funnel system last week? Everybody that's coming in through that funnel system, everybody's getting thrown into that info group. So I'm also collecting emails. So I highly 100% encourage you guys to do the same thing. There's been some scary stuff going on with Facebook where people are getting locked out of accounts. If it had happened to me, I wouldn't have batted an eye because I have every single one of my leads in an email, right? So I have everybody there. So even if it had happened to me, it wouldn't have bothered me. So the same thing should happen to you guys. Don't depend on Facebook Messenger to do your tracking. Make sure you guys have your list, you have your emails, you have a secondary way to get in contact with the people who are interested in the program, so that if something happens, God forbid, to your Facebook account, you can still work your business. So we're the info group is open. We know that July 1st to July 15th is our coach exclusive window for people to purchase that. So we have now to use that as leverage because people are really interested in the program. You guys getting a lot of interest. I know I have been getting a ton of interest, and so this is my leverage, right? This is what we can use right now to bring in new coaches to our business. So make sure you guys are using that. Right now, only coaches can purchase. Explain to them what the coaching membership looks like, and take it from there. And then also, if they're not interested in that, July 15th through July 29th, there will be a customer exclusive window where they can purchase. So I have in the calendar all these dates, so you guys are not lost. So I will post on Kristen's team page as well, so you guys have the same copy because we're always doing things together anyways. And we have yet to open our official group. So the group for the coaches, so for the people, the new coaches and everybody who has purchased Morning Meltdown 100, that's not open yet. So you guys just give us a little bit. We're all catching up here, right? Everybody works, so everybody's kind of busy right now. But we will have that group open really soon, and we'll make sure to add everybody in there, and then you can add the people who purchase also in there. But we'll let you know. We'll keep you informed through our thread. So as long as you guys are in there, you're good to go. And that's pretty much all I have, Kristen.
Perfect. Thank you, Bianca. So we will have those dates for you guys. And like I said, if this is your first launch, welcome to what we love the most. And once you go through something like this, launches are always our favorite time. So let me go, without further ado, let Miss Megan take over with you guys. And again, if you haven't seen her transformation, you might want to check it out because it is so, it's just awesome. I am personally so proud of you, Megan, and I know that we all of Beachbody and our team and our community are proud of you as well for taking so much action in this program, because we know that it took a lot of discipline and a lot of focus, and you represent something amazing, and being part of that is just awesome. So take it away, girl.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I'm actually really excited and really passionate. I do have to apologize. I'm in my pajamas. So I do work a full-time job. I'm a forensic scientist, and so I do definitely have a busy week, and a lot of times I'm working 9-10-hour days, random shifts. So I want to just jump back and kind of tell you a little bit about my coaching journey and how I became a coach. So I actually signed up with a friend of mine in January of 2015 as a coach. So I have been a coach for a very long time. And unfortunately, up until 2018, I never really completed a full program. And even before that, still never completed a full program. It wasn't just discipline that I was lacking. It was the fun and the variety, because I was getting bored easily, right? How many times have you done 21-day fix? I mean, it's kind of just the same thing repetitive over and over. And that's something that this program is a complete game changer with. And so I'll get a little more into that in a little bit. But yeah, so I didn't actually start with anything until January of 2018, when I said, okay, 80-day obsession just launched. Let me try this out. But as you know, 80-day obsession was really long workouts. They're somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour. And I was finding it really hard to get up in the morning and do them. But then I was finding it really hard in the afternoon to be able to push play on a workout, right? If you work 9 or 10 hours a day plus a 45, 50-minute commute, you don't really have the time to dedicate your energy to that. So when I heard about Morning Meltdown 100, I knew that it was going to be for me. And so in 2018, I lost about 40 pounds throughout the year. I did a mixture of 2B mindset. I'm really a 2B mindset junkie, and that's going to be my ultimate plan for life. I love the ultimate portion fix and the concept behind it. I'm just not a containers person, and so it makes it really hard for me. The dishes were kind of insane, and so at least with 2B mindset, I could keep my meals a little kind of more stacked. But the cool part is Morning Meltdown 100 actually introduced a new nutrition program, and because I was all about being simple and keeping it super easy, that's the plan that I went with. So I'll be able to kind of break it down for you. As I said, I started my journey in January of 2018, where I really kind of went in and I took pictures and did things that I really was upset about. You know, I saw myself and I was weighing in at 235 pounds, and I was just like, all right, I really do need to change. You know, I had lost 10, and then I gained back, 5 or 10 again, and then I would lose 20 and gain back 5 or 10 again. And it was just about a battle of constantly trying to take 2 or 3 steps forward, but then having 1 or 2 steps always take me back. And that discouragement really got to me. And so I lost about 40 pounds. I got down to the 190s, and I got invited to the test group. And it's kind of a strange thing. I ended up helping, like Kristen said, I'm on the DC Market Council with her, and I ended up helping Jericho with some transportation issues that she was having. And we spent a long time in the car, in my car, sitting in front of the hotel after the event was over, just talking. And
is that how? Are you kidding me? So that could have been me, but you in your serving way. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. Do you guys see? That was a missed opportunity. She was like, I'll do it, Kristen. I got this. I'll help. And I was like, I've got to go. I am exhausted. I got to get back to my kids. So missed opportunity right there. That is awesome. Okay, keep going. It's just crazy.
We ended up helping somebody who got locked out of her car. We stood there with her for a little bit, and then we ended up going back over and just talking. I mean, she's so down to earth. It's actually really crazy. She's very emotional. She's very hands-on. And so it was a crazy opportunity. She just said, hey, I think you would really benefit from jumping into Morning Meltdown, let me go ahead and email corporate and see if they will put you in the test group. And they did, in fact, do that. It was funny because I actually didn't get the call until like 3 days before, and we'd been conversing over email, so I didn't think I was in. I was like, no, she forgot, or, corporate was like, no way. This lonely little coach is not going to be able to get into a group. There were in total about 200 people, and not all of those people were fully engaged, but a lot of them did submit final results. So you'll see lots of test group kind of results going through. You can actually go, I didn't even realize they do this, but they put all of our before and afters into the product toolkit. It's under it's a weird name, but it says something like photos, videos, and B&As. And so if you click on there, it will actually pull up a lot of the before and afters that were submitted. But yeah, so I got the call we started on March 18th, and I got the call on the 15th or the 16th, and I couldn't actually share until the 18th because I was hand selected by Jericho, which there were a couple of people, but there were only about 10 of us that were selected by her directly, and the rest of the people got in through the challenge. But it's funny because March 17th was actually my 30th birthday. So I look really young, but I'm definitely not as young as you might think. And I said to myself, all right, my 30s, I am going to crush it. I'm going to kind of just get going. And so, of course, what do you think I did? I kind of ate and drank whatever I wanted. It was my birthday weekend. And so I jumped up about 7 pounds just from 4 days of being like, YOLO, I'll do whatever I want, because as soon as Monday hits, I'm really committing to this. It was a little bit of a challenge in the beginning because I'd never completed a program before. So I was like, how am I going to complete 100 workouts? That's crazy. And I want you all to really go into this as saying, it doesn't matter how much time it takes. What matters is that you complete 100 workouts, right? We want to focus on workouts, not days. It doesn't matter how many days it takes you. If it takes you 100, that's great. But if it takes you 200, that's also great, because you still committed to 100 workouts. So the workouts are, and I highly recommend that if you do purchase as a coach, I'm going to go a little bit into how I'm marketing this, but if you do purchase as a coach, you're going to get the first 10 workouts through July 15th. So ahead of the customer launch, you will get the first 10 workouts. And even if you don't have time to do them, I definitely recommend watching them, because it is a huge ability to be able to share what the workouts are like. So workouts go in a set of 10. There are 5 phases in the 100 workouts. Each phase includes 20 workouts. You'll do the first 10, and then you'll repeat those workouts in a second set of 10. In the second sets of 10, you're going to have meltdown minutes in 3 of the 10 categories. And then you'll also have a 100-second challenge. And that's going to be always in that second half of 10 within a phase. So phase 1 and phase 3 complement each other, which is nice. But phase 2 is completely different, and it lines up again with phase 4. And then phase 5 is mashup of 1, 2, 3, and 4, because you're combining moves all throughout. So when you start, like I said, you definitely want to go through and watch those first 10 workouts. You might do 1 or 2 simple moves, but then you're going to level up each time, and it's going to get harder, and it's going to get more intense, and it's going to be fun. The other thing that I think a lot of people get is discouraged because they see that these moves are intense. But the coolest thing ever, and I actually know her personally, and she's so nice, and we followed each other along the way, is that there are 2 modifiers in the program. There's not just one modifier, but there's actually a second modifier who modifies the modifier. And not only that, there's like a third option of being able to just dance with the DJ. And I can't tell you how many times I ended up dancing with the DJ, because you are out of breath, you're dying, right? They're only 20 to 30 minutes. Roughly on average, they're all 25 minutes, but 25 minutes means you are hammering it in. You don't get much of a break, and you do get some breaks. You get a lot more breaks than you get from Transform 20, where it's like literally no break, but you definitely get an opportunity to have a break, especially on the second set. The workout will be a little bit longer so that you can have a minute break after a meltdown minute. You'll see as you start going through. But remember, it's about 100 workouts. It's not about 100 days. We're not trying to complete the program in the shortest amount of time possible. It's about worrying about how many workouts you've completed. So again, those workouts are on phases of 10. That's going to be workout 1 is cardio meltdown. Workout 2 is upbeat strength. Workout 3 is core inferno. Workout 4 is total body bad A. Hopefully no kids are watching. And then workout 5 is freestyle flow. That's going to be your first active recovery day. That's another thing that people ask me all the time is like, oh, well, how am I going to have a rest day? Well, that's literally a rest day. Less than yoga from 21 Day Fix. It's more of a yoga Pilates kind of just flowy movements. And then those 5 categories are repeated, but a little different. So 1 was cardio meltdown, and 6 is lit cardio. So both cardio days with no equipment. 2 is upbeat strength, and 7 is downbeat strength. So upbeat strength meaning upper body, and then downbeat strength is lower body. You do need weights for those. She also very recommended us to go out and get the lightest weights possible. We had 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. There are lots of moves where they progress and you are going to want to set a weight down. There's a move where you have your arms out and you go up and down and up and down and to the center and back down. And if you have anything more than like a 2 or a 3, your arms will be dead and you will have to drop the weight. So definitely try to get lighter weights, 2s and 3s to start. And I was even using 2s and 3s in the final phase because the moves get increasingly harder. So you've got upbeat strength and downbeat strength. And then for workout 3, you have core inferno. And then the workout 8 that goes with that is fight club, which is similar to core to force. You need weights for core inferno, but not for fight club. And then you have workout 5, total body BA. Hopefully no kids are watching. And then that corresponds to MeltCon. MeltCon is just a mashup of all the moves. So you get 10 moves in 10 minutes, and then you repeat them. 10 moves, 10 minutes with no breaks in between. And it's just a sampling of all the workouts that you've done throughout the week. And then finally, you've got that freestyle flow, which is 5, and then revive, which is 10. Revive is another active recovery, but it's literally stretching. It is like the roll and release almost without a roller. It's just stretching. So it literally is like a day off, but you're stretching because you need it because you're going to feel sore. That was one thing that really kind of kept me going was I was sore all the way until the last workout. And I never felt that with any other program because it was always the same moves. And usually like day or 3 is the hardest. And then 4, you're kind of getting better. And then by 5, your soreness is gone. And if you're not bumping your weights or if you're not improving your form, you're not going to feel any more of that kind of soreness again. But the way that this program changes over time, you will definitely feel it. So let's see. I followed the Morning Meltdown 100 nutrition plan. And a lot of people have struggled with how this nutrition plan is different, but it's actually super simple. And I still follow it now. It's so easy. It's based on your weight, and then your weight will tell you whether you're in the lose weight category or you're in the maintain weight category. And you'll look at the chart. So for me, I started in plan B and I almost got into plan A, but I'm still right at the cusp for plan B, which is a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and 2 snacks. It changes. So if you're less than that, plan A, it's going to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then if you're more than that, it's breakfast, super snack, lunch, super snack, dinner. But it's based on macros. So I got to work really closely with the nutritionist for Beachbody, and each of the meals, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they're all around 400 calories and they're macro based. Snacks are around 150 calories and super snacks are around 300 calories. They're all the same. So if you like a breakfast recipe, you can actually swap it and put it for dinner and vice versa. They're all kind of balanced. And then I also utilize the 2B mindset principles. So one of my favorite dinners is the spaghetti squash lasagna because it does not incorporate any carbs. I really loved the slow cooker chicken tacos, super easy to make, but because they had corn tortillas, I tried to have them for lunch instead of a dinner option. I've tried pretty much all of the recipes that I wanted to try, but it's super easy. So I utilized Beach Bars and Shakeologies as my snack. So Shakeology with just water. I'm a vegan chocolate all the way. Sometimes cafe latte, even though I'm not a coffee fan, but I definitely use just those with water as one of my snacks and then Beach Bar as another snack. It almost felt guilty to lose 27 pounds pretty much in 100 days enjoying a Beach Bar every day because it's kind of like having a candy bar. It's really, I love the fact that I could have that, and that was a snack. And that, in addition to Shakeology every day, kind of kept me on track. My favorite breakfast recipes, the Tex-Mex scramble is really good. And a lot of these things, and I'm somebody who is not a leftover person, and these things are actually decent reheated. And that's what I would do. I would make everything that I needed on a Sunday, and then I would have it throughout the entire week. I literally would, like all the way through Saturday and Sunday again. I might have had a breakfast that I would keep to make fresh, but normally I would just put it all in Tupperware and get it going. So as an example, I would have the breakfast parfait, which is the yogurt and the berries with the cereal and the honey. I would have that for breakfast. I'd have the slow cooker chicken tacos for lunch. And then I would have the spaghetti squash lasagna for dinner. And I would have a Beach Bar and Shakeology as my snacks. I also drank around 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of water. And that might seem hard at first, but you kind of get used to it. And then if you don't have that much water, you actually don't feel that great. So remember that when you're doing your own programs, if you are used to drinking a lot of water and then you fall off, well, then that might be why you don't really feel as great. And when you don't feel as great, you don't want to work out. When you don't want to work out, then you feel crappier about yourself because you didn't do your workout. And so all of the things tie together. But what I would definitely recommend is that you make the commitment to 100 workouts and you try to do them in the mornings, because I can't tell you how exciting it is to get up and to be able to push play on a short workout. It took me about an hour, right, to take my pre-workout, go downstairs, do some laundry, push play, go upstairs, pack my food, and then be ready to take my shower and be done with the day. And then I didn't have to worry about kind of getting my workout at lunchtime or at dinner time. You know, I could kind of focus on what I wanted to do for the rest of the day. So it makes it super easy. And then we kind of are at an advantage with a program like this, because as we know, the minimum time that it will take you to complete this is 100 days, right? We're going to focus on workouts, but the minimum time that this program is designed for you to take doing it is 100 days. That's a bonus because that's a minimum of 3 months. So it's around 3 to 4 months. So you should definitely be enrolling anyone who wants to do this program as a coach, right? Even if you tell them, this is what I've been saying to, anybody who's prospective about me, it costs the same amount of money if you want to join now versus when you want to join on the 16th. But if you join now, not only do you get a prep calendar and you get to see the first 10 workouts and you get to try them out before you actually commit, but you're getting the coaching fee for free that month. And if you say, okay, well, commit with me for 100 workouts, it doesn't matter how long it takes you, and then you can cancel your coach account. But during that time, show them why you became a coach. Show them why this program is going to change their life, and give them a reason why they want to be a coach for life, right? Because you're going to want to drink Shakeology for life. You're going to want to drink Energize for life. I don't drink coffee. I drink 1.5 scoops of Energize every single morning. I even used Recover sporadically when I wanted it, but you're going to want a discount if anything, right? You might buy clothes at the Goodwill. You might buy clothes off of Poshmark. You're always looking for a coupon code. Like if you're like me, you're like, all right, I want this pair of shoes. Now I'm going to go find a discount code. Well, why wouldn't you find a discount code for the stuff you're going to drink and eat every day? So you should be signing up anyone who wants to do Morning Meltdown 100 as a coach, no matter what, because you can always be like, hey, you can just cancel. Just cancel. Give it 30 days and then you can cancel. Stockpile your Shakeology with a discount if you want. But what's going to happen is if you are plugging into them and you're showing them this opportunity, then there's no reason why they don't need to sign up as a coach, because just by getting Shakeology, they're going to save $10 to $15 a month, right, after the business fee. But if they're getting Energize and Recover and Beach Bars, right, because that's something I market as well, but you're going to save money putting them in for a discount. They don't have to about themselves. They're going to be at workout 50. They're going to be sharing their results, and people are going to be like, how can I do this with you? And that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to take off on their own business, and then you'll be able to help not only them build the business, but then their coaches, and it keeps going. But again, 100 days, something that like I didn't see this same potential with 80-day obsession. Now it's because I didn't feel as connected to 80-day obsession as I do morning meltdown, but like, here's the thing, 20 to 30-minute workouts with a modifier. The modifier that I'm speaking of is Sienna, and she's in the back to the right. She does not even do a burpee by going down on the ground. She literally stands and steps one foot back and brings it back up, and steps another foot back and brings it up. She, you know, you've seen like the lightning bolt moves and probably the scorpion if you've watched anything, and you think, I can't do that. But you have to go and you have to follow the modifier. I modified a lot and yet still lost 27 pounds. I saw a lot of great results in the test group. A lot of people lost around 20 pounds. Yeah, of course, there were people who lost a little less than that, but a lot of it had to do with nutrition. And it's less about the workouts. It's more about what you're eating. And you guys know that if you've gone through programs before. But this is where you need to help your customers see the benefit of an easy meal plan, getting a discount, drinking Shakeology every day. I didn't realize the value of Shakeology until after I had drinking it for a long time in a row. So if you drink it every day for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then all of a sudden you kind of, oh, I'm not going to have one today, or, oh, I don't have time today, or, oh, I already hit my containers, I'm not going to have it. And then you get to 2 or 3 days, you start feeling tired, you start feeling sluggish. Those are what's happening because you're not having your shake every day. You don't feel as well. And it's things that you don't actually notice until you're not doing what you need to be doing. And so that's the biggest thing that we have here is I want you to kind of share with people that, look, join me for 100 days. Join me for 100 workouts. Yes, it's probably going to take them 120 days, and I'll go over a little bit of options about how you can complete the program in different ways. But I would definitely be sure to market it in the fact that you're going to want a discount, because if you're going to do 100 workouts, minimum 100 days, you're going to need Shakeology for 3 to 4 months. You're going to want to have beach bars. You're going to want to have this stuff, and you need to have it too as well, right? You need to show people that you're eating it and you're drinking it and you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. That was something that I learned from a business perspective myself, that showing up every single day on social media, posting, sharing before and afters, being kind of, you know, everybody says provide value, and you're like, well, what the heck does value mean? Well, value is literally showing somebody what they can get out of it, right? What's in it for them? Are they going to lose weight? Are they going to get confidence? You have to kind of dial in to see what your person is really looking for, and then show them how doing 100 workouts is going to actually physically change their life, but mentally change their life as well. So definitely be signing your people up as coaches just for the discount, but showing them the value that's in the program. And for $160, it's literally a steal for what they're getting. I always recommend to start at the top, right, and then work your way down, because if you can get someone on board for the mega pack, right, it's $330. That sounds like a large number, but you're getting so much stuff. You're getting the program, right? The early access. You're getting the Beachbody on Demand. You're getting Shakeology. You're getting performance products. You're getting beach bars. You're getting a 3-day refresh, right? They can do a 3-day refresh 3 days before the program actually starts to kind of get them on the right track and believing in themselves, right? Because if you can drop 3 to 5 pounds right before you start, you're going to feel even better about yourself, and it's going to keep you from falling off the wagon. So those are kind of how I've been marketing it. And I wanted to go over how you can complete the 100 workouts. These kinds of things hopefully will be coming out during the 2-week launch, but there are so many ways that you can complete the program. Like we said earlier, 100 days is the minimum, but there have been kind of calendars that should be launching, I think, in the info group when we officially start that group. But you can finish the program in 120 days by following a Monday through Friday approach. So you do workouts 1 through 5 the first Monday through Friday, and then you do workouts 6 through 10 the second Monday through Friday, which gives you 2 days off. Like, right, your Saturdays and Sundays can be completely off with that plan. It takes you about 120 days in order to complete the 100 workouts. You can also do a Lift 4 style approach by utilizing stacking. So you've heard people talk about stacking, but I'm not sure that they've been really clear about how stacking works. So stacking, they're only 20 to 30 minutes, but the way that Jericho intended for you to stack was to utilize the active recovery workouts and stack them on the workout prior or the workout before. So as an example, workout 5, freestyle flow, if you were going to stack workouts, you would stack that with either total body bad A or lit cardio, right? Because it occurs before and after. It's just going to be the second workout you do. If you have to do lit cardio and total body, then you would do, freestyle flow, then you would do lit cardio followed by freestyle flow, but you would check off workouts 5 and 6 for that day. But you only want to stack when you have an active recovery workout. And I promise you that when you get to phases 3 and 4, it will be a challenge to try and stack something like Core Inferno with total body workouts like that. You won't have enough gas to get through the second one if you're giving it your all on the first one. So that's why it's always recommended to utilize either freestyle flow workout 5 or revive workout 10. So you can do a lift 4 style approach where you have 4 days a week on, 3 days a week off. So Monday would be workout 1, Tuesday would be workout 2, Wednesday you would have off, Thursday would be workout 3, and then Friday would be workout 4 and 5, right? So you would do total body followed by freestyle flow, and you would repeat the same sort of idea where it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and you've stacked your active recovery workouts on Friday. And that's pretty much kind of the options that you have. And again, you can, as long as you follow them in order, you can really complete them in as many days as you'd like. But in the beginning, you're going to think you can stack. And then as it gets harder, it will be harder to stack if you're not stacking it with an active recovery day.
Okay. All right, Meg, I'm blown away. I think I've learned more from you in the past 20 minutes than I have. So this is exactly why it is just so amazing to have you on this call. I want to stop you though for a second and see if anybody has any questions right now for Megan that they're like dying to ask. And if they don't ask, they're going to forget, because I know some people are jumping off, and I want to make sure you guys get her full attention. So go ahead, unmute yourself if you have a question. I think Bianca.
I have a question. So with the nutrition plan, are there any cheat days included or anything for any room for cheats? Leave it to me to ask about the cheats.
So based on the way that the plan was laid out to us, if you were following the Morning Meltdown 100 plan, obviously they will have a wiggle room for you to have cheats. They don't really talk about it in the book, but the nutritionist did say that, you know, it's your life and you're living your life. And he did recommend because obviously the cruise occurred during the test group, he recommended those people to just, you know, have it out. I went on a 3-day trip to a rock concert, and I was locked in. And so I didn't have a choice but to eat from food trucks and to do my workout in a small hotel room, and we were drinking, obviously. I mean, that was so in the middle of my 100 days, it was around workout 55. I had about 4 days of eating Bojangles and drinking alcohol and doing all of that. And so I will say that I probably, if I had gotten back on track a little faster, I could have lost more weight. But at the same time, I got to enjoy myself and live my life and have what I wanted in that one time. And then throughout the rest of that kind of area, because we attempted to do carb cycling for the final 3 weeks, but carb cycling is not for me. And so I went right back to the Morning Meltdown 100 meal plan, because to be able to eat something like chicken tacos with refried beans and salsa and guacamole, as opposed to here's a bunch of fish, broccoli, and rice, I was not having it. And so I knew that the Morning Meltdown 100 plan worked for me. And so I went right back to it. And it doesn't necessarily feel like I needed to have a cheat, because you were eating things that I really enjoyed. And based on how the plan worked, I could have definitely folded something in, but for the test group purposes, we chose not to have straight cheat days or cheat meals.
Got it. But there's like room for like eating out and all that. Because I mean, you're thinking 100. I was on the 80-day obsession test group. And so I did the same thing. I committed and I went all in, no alcohol, no nothing. And I got amazing results. But I'm thinking for the typical person, right? We have birthdays and dinners and all that stuff. So like, you know, are they going to talk about that in the coach test group? Are you going to, you know, give us some kind of guidelines? I know that we can follow the portion fix as well, right?
Yes, and so that is the reason behind why they probably didn't dive into it as much. I know that the meal plan book does have like how to eat out as far as like skip the bread and ask for no butter. I mean, it's kind of bland, but the idea was, and this is where myself, I'm probably going to follow the morning meltdown meal plan because I know it works for me and I like it. But the recommendation was that this is really just for you to get started, and that they would hope that you would either choose Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset. Because again, with 2B Mindset, you can have more sure, you can have all of your, dinner and done principles, and those allow for, if you want it, you can have it. You just need to follow the right plan. Same thing with the Portion Fix. You can have, it was not portion fixed kind of like 80-day obsession. It's more just regular Ultimate Portion Fix. And so you can eat out, you can do all of that stuff. You can live your life and still see great results by doing that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a great question. Does anybody else, can they think of anything right now that they would like to ask Megan so far that she's talked about? She's in the hot seat. Roasting her.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Music, is it going to, does it get louder throughout the program? Because right now it's kind of quiet.
Unfortunately, I think that based on the sample workout, that's what you're going to get. We did tweak it a lot in the beginning. The voiceover was very loud and the music was not. I recommend, if you haven't done the workout plugged into a TV, like if you didn't stream it on BOD, you streamed it on your phone or something, I definitely recommend doing it on your TV. So you can do that on a Roku, an Amazon Fire Stick. There's so many things out there now, but the way that I had to do it, and this was something that I've always done in the past, but I actually have an HDMI cord that plugs right into my computer that hooks up to the television, because then you can control the volume. Yeah, Jericho's going to be very loud, but she does not talk as much as she does in the sample workout. And so if you've had a chance to kind of watch 1 through 10, I actually have not watched any of them. I need to kind of go and watch and see how they compare, because the first videos that we did, they were raw, unedited footage. And so they kind of looked a little strange. And that's where the first 10 workouts released, and we gave tweaks and we said, okay, the music needs to be louder. There was a suggestion put in to have, I believe it's Turbo Jam that does it, where it's like normal audio or louder audio. And so I'm hoping that they're going to release that when they officially release the workouts. I know, so we completed the 100 days or 100 workouts on June 25th. And so up until that day, they were still finalizing the workouts, which is probably why you only get to see the first 10, because they hadn't even finished editing those. And the test group, and we didn't get much interaction with Jericho until the sort of like the tail end, because they were filming 2 workouts a day. So they would set a workout, film it, set a workout, film it. So she would be kind of going live on set or going live in her hair and makeup, because they would change outfits and stuff. But definitely we did ask for the music to be louder, and I think it's gotten a lot louder, because in the beginning you couldn't hear the music at all. So I would definitely, I'm hoping that the later workouts are definitely better than the first workouts, but I know they were going to tweak the sound.
Yeah, awesome. I just real quick posted in the chat, guys. I would love for everybody to head over to Megan's Instagram, and I just want to make a couple of observations. I've done this in some of my threads, because I think for newer coaches or for those who have not committed to a program, you guys heard Megan say she's been a coach since 2015, that she struggles because she's busy. She has not found her program yet that has helped her to push through. She didn't know the benefits of drinking Shakeology consistently. These are things that a lot of us have struggled with, or that we haven't done. My own personal story, Bianca, we've all had to go through this kind of transformation. But when I look at Megan's Instagram, even if you want to compare apples to oranges, if you want to even compare her account to mine, okay, she has 786 followers, but her posts and what she's doing consistently, I want you to just kind of take a peek at that. Her stories and things like that. And she told you she works 10, 11-hour days. So I'm hoping once you look a little bit at her marketing and what she's doing, that's where I'm going to have some questions for her. And that is, how did you plan? Did you have a content planning calendar? Do you have a system that you use? You're very systematic. I know that about you. You're very organized, but you're also extremely busy. And this is something that a lot of us struggle with, whether you're a coach or whether you're not a coach. If you are posting and trying to come up with value, as what Megan said. And then Megan, can you also share your rank if you don't mind, like your lifetime rank? And yeah.
So I'm actually just an Emerald coach. And
You don't say just an Emerald. You are an Emerald. Own it.
Hopefully things will look up, but again, I joined for the discount. I joined with a good friend of mine, and we did together. We got down to the 190s, and she was in the 180s. And so we kind of pushed really hard. We went to Summit. We loved it, and then she fell off, and when she fell off, I fell off, and I had to just remind myself, like, I signed up for me. I signed up to do this for me. And I have not shared this personally, and I shared it with Jericho, and I broke down in tears, but I think that won't happen now. But I struggled with my relationship, right? I lost about 100 pounds in 2010 to 2011, and I got to my goal weight. I was 150. I loved the way I looked, but I did it the wrong way. I pretty much was calorie counting every bit. If I was having, one cheese stick, it went in my app, and if I had one potato chip, it went in my app. If I ate over my calories for one day, I didn't even eat the next day. And so when I got into a relationship, boom, I gained 85 pounds right back within a matter of like 4 months, and it took a toll, right? So again, this was in like 2013 to 2014 that it happened, and I didn't find Beachbody right away, right? I tried Jillian Michaels, I tried Weight Watchers, I tried Hydroxycut, I tried anything under the sun, and obviously I just wasted a bunch of money. And I didn't even hesitate. I signed up with a discount. I never was a customer before. I just knew that, look, I needed to try this, and I wanted to try it at a super discount. So I did that. But it was definitely that I knew I had to do something. And, now I can tell that I didn't want to be intimate. I didn't want to go out with anyone. I didn't want to be seen with anyone. I didn't even want to be in a photograph. That's for sure. I was like, let me take the picture. I'll take the picture. Then I don't have to be in it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that, because now I've blinked and I've missed like 4 or 5 years of my life because I didn't want to be in the picture, or I didn't want to make memories, or I didn't want to do anything. And, now that things have changed, it did get a little bit, drastic there for a while. And it was if you don't change, if you don't get better for your own health, then we're going to have some problems. And I don't want to be with somebody who I had really low self-esteem. I was constantly negative about myself, and I wouldn't have wanted to be around me either. And so that's when, I knew I had to do it, and I started with insanity, and I actually broke my foot. And the 20 pounds I'd lost, I gained right back. And so I kept starting over. And then I realized when I started in January, I said, look, like, I know I can do this. I need to actually put my foot down and really do it. And so I started taking pictures. And again, I can, some of the pictures I share today, I'm like, do I really have to post that? But I figured out that for me, people wanted to see the weight loss. Like, that was kind of what my journey was defined by, is the weight loss. Like, it didn't happen overnight. It happened really slowly. And of course, you go to my Instagram now and you're like, yo, she lost 65 pounds. Well, yeah, it took me a year and a half to get there. Mm-hmm. And I'm still, I'm like, ever since Morning Meltdown 100 finished, I've kind of like backslid a little, and it's okay. But like, I made an investment to go to Summit and take headshots and fitness shots. And so I'm like, you know what, I need to rein this back in. Good thing I got a mega pack and I'm getting a 3-day refresh, because I'm about to just do a 3-day refresh and jump right back into Morning Meltdown 100 fully. But it's definitely, it doesn't matter how busy you are, because you got to make the time for yourself. And I will say, if that means setting an alarm for 4 a.m., that's what that means, right? You've got to get up, you got to push play, because then what's going to happen is you're going to create that energy over time. So what I started doing is I just started showing people exactly what I was doing. I would show that I was waking up at 4 to 4:30. I would show that I was going downstairs, right? I would like film and say, look at my commute to the gym. I would go and make my pre-workout. I usually would do this every single day. I would speed it up on a video, because nobody wants to watch 3 15-second clips of you just dumping it. I would do different things. I would shoot it some days, which I don't recommend, but it makes you look kind of cool to just make sure you're filming without the sound on, because I think I choked like 3 or 4 times, but people thought it was funny. So I actually pride myself on being funny and hilarious, and so I would go on and I would say stupid stuff. I have cloned, and it's like I'm doing it right now. I've cloned the No Bra Club, and so I can't tell you how many people, like I hashtag just about every story, and somehow I went like 60 followers up overnight because I talk about how I never wear a bra. And that's because as soon as I walk in the door, I'm like filming myself like, what's the first thing that's going to come off? The bra. Like, I don't want it. And like, I ask people if they can relate, right? Because people can relate to you. You don't have to be like, you can relate to me. Do you want to buy my shake? No. Like, relate to them and tell them like, man, I'm so tired. Man, I hate clothes. I love pajamas. Like, who wants to have a pajama party? You got to give them a reason to want to engage with you. So you got to be using polls. You got to be using music. And for me, I have a little bit of a different style. I don't listen to pop music. I listen to hard rock, heavy metal. And so I post videos with that. And that's how I get people engaged. Like, oh, I love this song. Or, you know, I do things that are fun for me. And that was another thing that kind of helped me is getting out into the actual real world, right? Going to concerts, doing fun things. You can tag people and you can tag things, right? Because Instagram's all about interacting with people. Yeah, I don't have that many followers, but I also get 7 or 8 comments on almost any picture I post. And so for me, that's what's more important is like engaging with people. Because if you have 10 followers and they're all talking to you, your account is way more visible to other people than someone who has 1 million followers and only gets like 1 comment. So it's not about the number of followers. I mean, obviously, yes, okay, I am an Emerald coach, but for me, it wasn't about the money. It will be eventually, right? Like I want to build my business, but right now it's for me and it's for becoming the best version of myself. And that's really why you signed up, right? Because you want to become the best version of you. And then as you start to feel that confidence and as you start to grow through the process, people will want to join you because of it. And I've actually, for the first time in a really long time, I have hit, what are we in, July? I've hit Success Club 5 months in this year, and I'm actually like at Success Club 30 points for the year. So for someone who didn't have a lot of kind of rolling momentum in the beginning, I sure do now. And, you know, it was something that knowing that people want to see my transformation and keep posting, because what's going to happen is eventually they're going to be like, all right, she's lost another 5 pounds. I should have joined her last month. All right, she's lost another 2 pounds. I totally should join her now.
Yeah, so, and I'm gonna mention, even looking at your account, the deposits that you made. You are planting seeds, right? You're in the planting, and now your seeds are growing. And I can look at you. I can look at your eyes. I can look at your spirit. Beyond the weight loss, I see so much light coming from you. Your happiness, even just the before and afters. You know that. You can tell how a person is. So right now you have stepped into a new version of yourself. You have fought for her. You have said, if I'm going to do this and I'm going to be this new person, what do I need to do? And I vividly remember you asking me, Kristen, how are you waking up so early? Like, I remember you asking me about 80-Day Obsession. How are you doing this? And a lot of these girls on this call will tell you 80-Day Obsession was their program, just like this program was for you, because it spoke to them at a time in their life when they needed it. And we did it as a community, and we had so much energy and excitement because we had somebody that we were close to, and like Bianca, she kind of led that season. And while people were not all getting the same transformations, we were getting phenomenal transformations because we were so excited. We were doing something together. And during that season, all of us, it came to us when we were like, we need change in our lives. And so, yes, you're completely right. People are attracted to the transformation that's happening internally. And by you showing up every single day, by you giving people an insight into your lifestyle, by you saying, I'm going to walk through the door and whip my bra off, and I don't care what anybody says. How long did it take for you to embrace that version of yourself? It took one person believing in you. And if you guys missed the beginning of this call, Megan is on the DC Council with me. She is so giving. She's always, when I miss video clips, she's like, hey girl, I just wanted to give you this clip. And I'm like, Megan, thank you so much. When I brought my boys, she's like, hey, I took this video of you, Kristen. Thank you so much. And I'm like, thank you. Like, I appreciate you so much. And because she took Jericho and I didn't, and she had that moment with Jericho in the car, and Jericho got to see inside her heart and believed in her, that's how she got on this test group. So she's giving free value. She's going out of her way to do things without any expectations. And we say that when we say add value into people's lives, go out of your way. She showed up for Superstars. This girl will come and she will volunteer and run the entire thing. All of our graphics, and she does it without anything and expecting anything in return. So for me to say and look at you, I can tell you right now, your transformation, yes, your weight loss, freaking amazing, girl, kudos. But the version of yourself that you're becoming is what is making you right now and where you're going to reap that harvest. And on top of that, let me just add this, okay, because this is super important. When you do come into this role and you see this, your old self is going to try to pull you back, and it's going to say, you know what, Megan, you just need to slip into these old habits. You don't need to do this. This program's over. The community's over. Now you're doing something else. You're going to have to really fight for the person you are now, because your old self is going to try to creep in, and it's going to try to, it's going to mess with you a little bit. So keep honing in on the internal transformation that's going on, because if you're showing up and you're doing things that make you happy, people are going to see that. They're going to, yes, they see the weight loss, and this is just coming from somebody who's lost 71 pounds and who has a team of people who lose 50 plus pounds. That's pretty much what our team is. We have amazing transformations, but they all come together with one thing. They are trying to become themselves authentically. And for a lot of people, that is so hard to share, because we are protecting an image and we're protecting our ego, right? So you, my friend, made a huge freaking breakthrough. Huge. And I need to recognize you on that, because that is something that people struggle so hard, so much with. And you did that. And I don't know why now this whole No Bra Club, I don't know, I need to be a part of it. But the fact that you did that, or Bianca's, obsessed with cake, or whatever your quirky moments are, that is what people need to see. Your brand is your lifestyle. And if you are hiding behind a lifestyle, that is not going to bring the people that you are meant to serve, right? So that's what I got from this. And I just needed to add that. I know I just went on my rant, but I just needed you to know that I see way more potential, and I know big things are coming your way, and you deserve all of that abundance, and just keep living in that mindset, and do not get distracted because now things are ending for you. You just keep going and showing up and bringing more people to this community, because that is like truly what it's all about. So, all right, more questions. Sorry guys, I was like, that was my closing remarks, but I just needed to, I hope you guys heard a lot of really good takeaways. I hope this gave you inspiration and inspires me, because Beachbody is so much more than just what we think it needs to be, right? Megan, you went on a journey for yourself, and now I'm going to push you a little bit harder to say you are meant to help people. You deserve to help people. Embrace it. Let's get out there, reach out to them, get your content. How are you structuring your post to say, I need to make sure I get this post up? At what time? Do you have any type of feedback you can give our newer coaches who may be struggling with, okay, I'm working on me, I got this, I'm posting on Instagram, but Megan, give me some feedback, girl. Let me know what you're doing, how you getting out there and showing up with this crazy job and all that. So
yeah, so that's actually a really important part, and I had to figure out how my brand would be defined without my job. So I see a question of what's my Instagram handle. So my Instagram handle is Hey Megan Elizabeth, because I want people to be like, hey girl, when they see me, but I can't use my last name. And because I can't use my last name, I can't tell anything. I can't even tell on this call because it's being recorded. I can't tell you where I work or what I do or anything about it. And so that really, in the beginning, I struggled because people always talked about, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom, or, oh, I work full-time, I'm an accountant, oh, I do this. Well, I have to be really careful with what I put out on social media. And so I just wanted to find something that defined me, and showing up every day kind of figured that out. And I somehow got on kind of a posting routine of every other photo being a before and after. If it was the same clothes, sure. If it wasn't the same clothes, okay. But what I ended up doing is I would take photos in certain outfits, and I would leave the outfits in my gym. And if I was like, oh, I hit a new goal, or even if I hit, another pound down, I would take a new photo in that outfit. Sometimes I would say how much weight I lost. Sometimes I wouldn't, right? Because if the picture shows, you don't need to tell somebody, because you want them to ask you, oh, what you been doing? Oh, this or that. But I also started writing captions to give people motivation and encouragement. And so it would be one photo of me just doing a certain kind of pose. And again, they were all selfies of me, because I can't share what I do during the day. I can't share where I go. I can't use my phone during the day. I can't snap pictures of the lunches that I'm eating. So I figured out for me was that I needed to show people that they can show up every day, that they can become a better version of themselves, and that it's not going to happen overnight, right? That's the one thing I do talk about is, oh, well, it took me a year and a half, or, oh, it took me 18 months, or, it wasn't, because everybody's looking for that quick fix, and they're willing to invest their time and their money. And that's another thing that took me a while to figure out, but I can go to Target and easily drop $100 to $160. That's a perfect number right there, right? But you like totally don't realize it. And you're like, shoot, Target did it again. They took all my money. And you're like, well, you choose where your money goes. And if you want to buy a challenge pack, you've got the money and you can do it. It just depends on how badly you want it. But if you show people, right, they always say this, but it's really true. If you talk to one person and it's you, right, look, you see yourself in the Instagram camera anyway. So you should be talking to yourself like, girl, I know you're tired, but you could do this workout and we could do it together, right? And, things that give people a reason to want to be with you, right? And so I'm going to put a plug out there that, like, you need to be using this DC Super Saturday or whatever Super Saturday is in your area to be bringing people in, because not only are they going to hear people's transformation stories and business stories, they're going to feel the energy, right? There's a reason why you make the sacrifice to take off work and to save money and to go stay in a hotel at Summit. There's a reason why you invest in yourself and why you love going every year, because you usually hear roughly the same things every year, like do this on social media, do this, right? But you love seeing your people, right? I got the pleasure of taking my mom on the Punta Cana trip back in 2017. And the number one thing that she said was, man, and you might laugh, but man, these people are nice. These people are really nice. They care about others. They're not mean and hateful, because I have had so much mean and hateful negativity throughout my whole life, right? We're women. Unfortunately, we've been sort of bred to compete, but I don't have that in the Beachbody world. And that's who you're looking for. You're looking for somebody who's going to be your best friend. Is it going to take you a while? Yeah. But you're trying to find the person that fits with you. You're trying to find, you have a puzzle and you've got missing pieces. Is every puzzle got the same piece? No. Your puzzle looks different than someone else's, but you want to build it with the people that are going to be with you for life on it. And it took me a while to figure out that was really where it is. Like, you don't even have to mention what you do for a living in order to be inspirational or motivational.
Right. I couldn't agree with you more. And everything that she would say to me, guys, I wish I could pull up our old messages. She's like, I just can't do this. I can't snap pictures. I remember her getting like frustrated with me, and I'm like, okay, well, what about this? What about this? And I just remember having this conversation with her. So when you guys get frustrated and you're like, I don't know why I can't do this. I don't know why I can't do that. Keep speaking it to the universe and keep speaking it to the right people, and they're going to give you solutions, because she followed me. She followed my transformation. She followed a lot of your guys' transformations, and that was putting seeds and deposits in her life where she's like, you know what, if Kristen's doing this, if Bianca's doing this, if, Mel's doing this, if these girls are doing this, why can I not do this? And so instead of why can't I'm saying I'm going to join her. am going to join her in this, and we're going to do this together, and we are going to make a unit, and we're going to show other people that they can do it and share their stories, and we're all going to be these crazy puzzle pieces in one big amazing picture, right? And I love that analogy. That's great. I'm going to use that from now on. Thank you very much. Taking that golden nugget. But yeah, thank you, Megan, so much for your time and for hopping on this call, you know, and for every single one of you for hopping on this call. I know it takes a lot to get out here and be here for, you know, an hour, but I worked 2 days in a row, 12-hour shifts. I am at my grandma's house. I have no AC. Both my cars are broken down. I walked to and from work, and I was so pumped to get on this call tonight. So that's what this does. I'm like ready to get off here right now. I'm going to go do my workout. I'm going to post, and I'm just so excited that I get to be doing this with you guys. This is my happy place, and I hope that you find as much happiness in this in yourselves that I do. So if anybody has any further questions, you can tap it in the chat box. We can get Megan on our info page. I'm sure she would love to hop in there if you guys have further questions. I know for me, I'm going to grill her and ask her, you know, like, what lighting are you using? What filters are you using? And I know that she's going to be offering that information. So don't be afraid to ask people. Just like when she came to me, it was like, yes, like, what can I do for you? How can I help you? What do you need? And now you see the compound effect. Now she's here, and she just gave us all such amazing insight that I don't think I would be emotionally attached to as much as I am now. And it's just, again, you guys, she is an inspiration, and I'm so proud of you. And I know we are all proud of you. And this is going to be an amazing launch for you. So congratulations, Megan. Thank you so much for getting on our call. We really appreciate it. All right, guys. Anybody have anything else they want to add? Any questions? Jess over there with your thinking cap. New coaches that hopped on, thank you so much for your time tonight. These are our team calls every night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can we take a picture real quick? Yes. Bianca has her phone. Did you get it? All right. All right, gorgeous girls. Have an amazing night. Crush some goals, and I can't wait to see you in the groups. Are we done? Yep. Bye. Love you guys.